Hi everyone, I'm Bia, and I'm from Kardec Reader for Teens. For those of you who don't know me, a little introduction about myself. I'm 20 years old and I go to Stony Brook University in Long Island, New York, studying applied mathematics and a minor in Italian. And I'll be graduating this year. I'm a senior. And in terms of Spiritism, I have practically grown up in Spiritism. My family started going there to our Spiritist Center when I was 3 years old, and we've been there ever since. And I've been hosting Kardec Radio for Teens for 4 years. And so in Kardec Radio for Teens, what we typically do is we read through a book and we discuss it, right? Page by page, section by section, word by word, making sure we understand the definitions, making sure we understand what's being said, because sometimes we just read the words, but we don't really comprehend what's happening. So in Kardec Radio for Teens, we want to get that reading and put more of an understanding to it, right? How does that apply to our daily lives? And maybe it's things we've heard before in our Spiritist centers, maybe we haven't. Maybe it's something we've heard in a lecture, but it didn't really make sense. So how can we apply it to our lives and make it useful to us as teenagers, right? Because a lot of times we hear this information from adults and they might be applying it to their lives in different ways that we can apply it to our lives right now as teenagers. So our goal is to start doing that, and that's what we've been doing in Kardec Radio for Teens for the past 4 years. And as we know, Kardec Radio is a radio station, so it's been just the audio. But now we wanted to try something new and put videos, right? Put my face to the sound that you guys are hearing, and make little videos. So for my idea for this new year and this new part of Kardec Radio for Teens, we want to make these little videos, and starting with the Gospel according to Spiritism, which has Jesus's teachings written in it, and the spirits go to further explain those. And because a lot of times we know that Jesus spoke in stories, right? In little stories to make more sense to the people of the time, so they would understand. But a lot of times people get confused in those stories. So the spirits come to say, okay, this is exactly what he meant by this, and this is why some people are getting confused, because they're thinking he meant this, but Jesus actually meant this. And so that's very valuable for us. And a lot of these little stories might be lessons that we've heard over and over again. But the important thing that we want to focus on is how are we applying that to our lives? Because oftentimes, yes, we read about it, we hear about it, we know it, but how are we applying that to our lives? And that's usually the difficult part. That's the part that we aren't doing enough, right? Because or else we would all be improving incredibly and we wouldn't be having so many little issues that we have in our day-to-day lives. And I'm nowhere near an expert on all this information, so I am learning with you guys and with everyone, and as we do this, I'm also learning, and I'm also trying to apply this to my life. So it's really a teamwork effort, and we're going to try and learn this information together, and then apply it to our lives throughout the week. And hopefully when we meet again the next week, we can say, oh yeah, I worked on this and this week, and this is how I overcame it. And that's what we hope to do. And even the smallest little things, but those small things will eventually start adding up to really big things and really start improving our lives. So instead of reading each page and each section word by word, I'll bring a summary of that lesson. Or maybe I will bring a part that we read, but only a little section of it that we'll read, and then we'll discuss about it and try and see how we can apply that to our daily lives. But we won't be reading it word for word, so I do suggest that if you want to go and follow in the Gospel according to Spiritism and read along, that could be helpful as well if you want to see the full information, because we'll just be bringing a summary and seeing how we can apply that into our daily lives and what little things can we do to make our lives better and easier, right? And more effective towards that perfection that we're trying to reach, right? And we know we're not going to reach it in this life, but we got to start now. And with that being said, I want to bring a little message from this book, Endearing Gems by Chico Xavier. And it has a message here that's called, Do Not Delay Your Work. And it says quite simply, if I had waited for a more evolved spiritual condition to be of service, I would, as yet, not have commenced. Chico Xavier. And so what does he mean right? He's saying that if he waited to be better, if he was saying, oh, I'm not good enough right now, I'll wait until I'm better, I'll wait until I'm more perfect. He said, I still wouldn't have started because I'm still not there yet, right? We're always going to improve, and there's always an excuse we can make up to push off our work. But he's saying right here, do not delay your work, right? Do it right now. So I don't know everything. You might not know everything, but together we're going to work through it. We're going to try and learn it and apply it to our daily lives, because we shouldn't delay it, right? We shouldn't delay being nice to people. We shouldn't delay improving ourselves. We need to start now to improve ourselves now. So that's going to be our goal for Kardec Radio for Teens. And of course, it's not going to happen overnight, but hopefully weekly with a few short videos, we can go over some things and try to implement these new things in our daily lives. And since this is the first time that we're doing this by video and not on audio, this is also new to me. So if you guys have any suggestions or any topics you want to cover, even if it's not in the order of the Gospel according to Spiritism, we can pause that and get to another topic if it's something you really want to hear about and you really want to focus on for your week. So we can change it up, and you guys can feel free to email me at kardecradioforteens@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you right away. So next week on Tuesdays, I'll be posting these videos, and we'll start with the preface and the introduction of the Gospel according to Spiritism. My version looks like this. There's a bunch of different translated versions, so even if yours doesn't look like that, the pages might not match up, or sometimes the translations are a little off, but the basic message is still all the same. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week, and we'll start off our new mission for Kardec Radio for Teens. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you guys soon.